No one knows polar bears better than scientist Steve Amstrup. He's been on the ice off Alaska studying them for nearly 30 years, and he sees big trouble for the big bears as the ice melts beneath their paws.
The declines in the sea ice that are projected will bring about a loss of approximately 2/3 of the world's polar bears within the next 50 years, according to our studies.
Stark findings like that have put the polar bears on the waiting list to be officially classified as an endangered species. But environmentalists say the time for waiting is over and are now raising questions over why it's taking so long.
And that's why we filed this lawsuit in order to force the administration to act.
Cassie Siegel is with the Center for Biological Diversity, one of 3 environmental groups suing the Bush administration for missing the legal deadline for a decision on the polar bears.
The process has now dragged on for over 3 years, and it's supposed to be completed in no more than 2 years. This is because they've missed every single deadline.
The administration does not dispute it has missed deadlines. While no one would speak with us on camera, the head of the Fish and Wildlife Service told a congressional committee in January he's just trying to be thorough.
I don't like to miss due dates, but I want to make sure that when we roll out a package to the public, that it clearly demonstrates the well-thought-out process that we went through.
The decision over whether or not the polar bear should be classified as endangered was supposed to come in January. In the meantime, the government keeps pushing to finalize a $2.7 billion lease to drill for oil in the Chukchi Sea. That's right in the heart of polar bear country.
Had the polar bear been listed prior to January 9th, as the law required, that lease sale could not have moved forward absent substantial additional review of impacts to polar bears.
Keeping them honest, we asked a spokesman for the Interior Secretary if the oil lease had anything to do with the delayed decision. He claims not. And besides, the head of Fish and Wildlife says the lease does not pose any danger to the bears.
We don't have any substantial records that the oil and gas exploration have created an issue for the polar bear.
But if the polar bears were listed, it would very likely delay those leases. That's Gus and Ida enjoying a physical snack here at the Central Park Zoo. The plight of polar bears in the wild has really struck a chord with the American public. More than 670,000 Americans have written the federal government demanding the bears be protected now. And science says now is not the time to delay.
I think that at some point I might be able to go into northern Alaska and not see polar bears. That is kind of disturbing.
It is a watershed moment in the global warming saga. Those who care about the bears are watching and still waiting. Miles O'Brien, CNN, New York.